Did you know that when you buy a ticket to a WWE event, that you're essentially agreeing to a contract between you and WWE? And whether this be the lady getting hit by an ATV driven by Steve Austin or Enzo Amore getting bounced from the arena, all of this is covered in that contract. So if you've ever wondered what is included with a WWE ticket in that contract, I'm going to break it all down here. So first of all, the ticket you have is granting you what's called a revocable license. So you have a license to be there and attend this event, but it's revocable because at any time and for any reason, the event staff, WWE, they may revoke your license and remove you from the premises at any time. Now, this could be for things such as disorderly conduct, making, defamatory comments, something like that. But it also could be for nothing. Like you could have a sign that maybe has profanity on it. Okay, that's understandable. But what if you have a sign who's promoting a wrestler from a rival company? Because this happens every now and then. And those people somehow seemingly get their signs taken away, or they just get bounced altogether. And you may wonder, is this permissible? Yes, technically it is. Under the contract you signed, and then you might say, but I didn't sign a contract. Oh, no. You did. It's your ticket. Your ticket is the contract. Because without that ticket, you do not have a license to be in the venue or to be present. So that's the first thing that they cover, is that this is a revocable license. So secondly, any disputes arising out of this are covered in mandatory arbitration. That's how they are supposed to be decided. So you cannot sue them, like at all. Because there's language in this that states basically any dispute, claim, or controversy will be resolved solely by binding arbitration rather than in court. So by agreeing to arbitration, the parties agree to waive any right to a jury trial. You and we may bring claims against each other only in an individual capacity and not as a plaintiff or class member in any purported class proceeding. That's a lot. So basically, you're giving up any right. Once you're inside that venue, you have your ticket, you're allowed to be in there. Anything that happens to you, you can't sue. It's an assumption of risk. Basically, we're saying you know what you're getting into by getting into here, and you can't sue anybody. And if there is any dispute, you have to go to binding arbitration. That's your only recourse. And if you haven't figured it out, binding arbitration heavily benefits the other side, WW and the event. Definitely not you. The other thing that this says is that should they bounce you from the arena, should they revoke your license, you do not get your money back. No. So they have every right to kick you out of the arena for any reason or for no reason whatsoever. But also, they do not have to give you a refund. Now, typically, this isn't what happens in practice because, anybody can try to sue anybody else for any reason. And, lawsuits don't look good for big corporations like WWE. So typically, they won't enforce this contract to the full extent of it. They may ask somebody to leave. They may refund their tickets. They may try to do lesser methods. If you have a sign that's offensive, they may try to take that first or reseat somebody. However, if they want to go all the way with it, they're well within their legal right. If they want to just kick you out for no reason and not give you a refund, they're well within their right to do so. So also, in this contract with the ticket, there's an injury waiver exception here. So you are basically waiving any rights you have to being injured. You assume all risks to be injured incidentally. Now, whether this is being injured or killed, because death is included in this, if you were to catch a communicable disease, anything that could happen to you in here. What if the popcorn vendor falls on you and injures you? You have to release all claims. There's nothing you can do. You assume all risks, any risks. And let me tell you, if you've ever been to a wrestling event, anything could happen at these. The Nexus used to enter through the crowds. Frequently, superstars fight in the crowds. So there's always potential, for injury. But however, you got to remember, if anything happens and you get injured, you don't have any recourse to sue. So the ticket also includes implied likeness rights. So basically, this means that if you show up to a WWE event, they have every right to use your image and likeness for whatever purposes they see fit. And there is no First Amendment right to privacy here. By you being there in public, you're consenting to being on TV potentially. And if you are, your name, image, likeness, whatever it is, they can use it. They can use all of that. That's how you have people like Brock Lesnar guy or Miz girl. These fans who will, just have a reaction that is so just captivating to WWE. They will post them in perpetuity and use them and tell a story. Like they did not have to go and actually ask permission from Miz girl or her parents, because she is a minor. By the fact of her being in there, they're able to use her image and likeness, and they did. And so this last clause included in here is Ticketmaster grants a perpetual worldwide license for anything you post. This is wild to me because I'll be honest with you, I didn't know this until I started looking into this. But think about that. Anything you post on social media from this event, Ticketmaster has a license to that in perpetuity. That means forever, worldwide. So they have a right to your posts. Think about that. You record some video, maybe you meet John Cena, his farewell tour, you take a picture with him and you post this. Well, technically, Ticketmaster owns that. They have a right to that, or they have a right to use that in perpetuity. So let's say you get the opportunity to meet John Cena on his farewell tour. You take a photo with him, right? You take a selfie with him, and he gives you one of his sweaty armbands. You put it on, and then when you leave, you realize you're allergic to it. Your arm starts swelling up. You have to go to the hospital for it. So guess what? You cannot sue him for that. You cannot sue the company for that. You cannot sue anybody for that, for you getting sick for being allergic to his sweaty armband. And guess what else? Ticketmaster owns that selfie you took with John Cena. So they own everything all the way around. And there's nothing you can really do. So there you have it. These are all the things included in a ticket to a WWE event. I bet you didn't know that it was a secret contract, but now you do. And it was pretty eye-opening. There was even stuff in there that I didn't know. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to keep more coming for you.